you'll notice from all the previous workouts, because they've been my regular kind of standard setup, there's been a real intense approach to training. Lots of free weights, lots of compounds. Today, being just biceps, don't get me wrong, there'll still be some free weights in there, but there's not going to be any of those big compound movements because obviously hamstrings aren't in there. If I was training hamstrings today, there'd be some sort of RDL, maybe even a single leg press, something very taxing. Today, literally, it's almost like a recovery day, but an opportunity for me to just attack arms. So obviously in this gym, we have loads of great equipment. I'm going to enjoy myself today and like go through equipment I've never used before. There will be reason behind everything I do. You'll notice different angles, different setups, some things unilateral, some things bilateral, because I'm a massive believer in variety. But for everything I do today, I will explain why I'm doing it first and foremost, and just basically keep you up to date with my choices on the equipment. It is like a museum in here, I said it before. I love it, so I will be looking around. You'll notice that I'm kind of like, oh look, let's do this, let's do that. Could even change my mind sometimes. If I do, it's just because I'm over spoiled with their choices. So first thing we're going to do, I like to do a movement that allows me to be fixed into position, get my elbows nice and warm and my biceps warm. So preacher curl of some sort is going to be first thing on the cards. So let's get it. We're on telly at the gym then. Funny story, that top, Luke gave me that top and I still wear it now and it stinks and it's ripped to pieces, but it's absolutely sentimental and legendary, so it won't be going anywhere fast. Great t-shirt. It's my first Redcon t-shirt I ever had. When I signed to Redcon, Luke was obviously so keen to get me dressed up in Redcon gear before I even had a parcel. He was like, here you go, take this stuff. Take this stuff. So that was one of my tops that he gave me. Called Dizzy Rascal. You know Dizzy Rascal? Okay, check him out, it's pretty good. So he's from, he's like a grime artist from not far from where I'm from, so in London. So he's a rapper, really good. And we're going to listen to that today. Really upbeat, good, quite fast pace, lots of energy, and makes me feel at home even though I'm at home, even though I'm not at home. So let's do it. Typically I'll warm up on an exercise, and that will just involve doing a couple of light sets, feeder sets, and then when I get to a weight that's like where I want to work, I'll probably do 2 sets at that weight. Rep range could be anywhere between 10 and 15. And I only do literally 2 sets per an exercise, so we'll do 5 exercises on biceps today, and I'll just keep warming up till I get to the weight I want, and once I'm working, I'll tell you that's my working set and we'll take it from there. Mango grunt, 2 scoops. Off season, I scoop a cluster bomb as well. Pre-show, carbohydrates come down, obviously trying to burn some fat while I train, so we just got the essential aminos in there. You could always add canteen if you want to have some hydration. I'm not even using canteen in a minute because I'm literally lowering my calories to the point even like 5 calories less makes a difference. But that's a great choice as well. If you do suffer with like cramp or anything when you train, throw canteen in there. That'll certainly help. I know Carl likes the canteen, he has that in his intra-workout. And like I say, in the off-season, boost it even more, put a scoop of the cluster bomb in there as well. Guys, on the videos, remember as well, you can always comment below about supplements, because the first and foremost reason that I love Redcon and I wanted to be part of the team is because of supplements. So it's a free way to ask questions about products, what products work where and when. I'm more than happy to explain it, so I'll give you some good cocktails. They cut like 1 from the stack. He used to say, he always liked putting it 1 from the stack because it meant he always had somewhere to go. And he had never finished the stack. It's an interesting mindset. I like this because it's isolated. You can keep your elbows back, braced, stops you from swinging. So basically just puts entire emphasis on the bicep if you do it right. Which is what you want to just isolate that muscle group. alarm when you're tired, so you can just literally. There's nothing there. That's good. Couldn't even get the single arm out. Normally, so if you fail on the machine, throw a couple of unilateral reps out. Because normally the machine's lighter when you're pulling with one arm because it kind of corresponds. This one wasn't, so that's why I didn't move. Let's move on to this Atlantis kind of incline curl. So I prefer that kind of angle because when the elbow's high, you force the contraction of the bicep to get to the shortest position versus the low. So this and that are very different, you'll notice. And I'm doing that purposely. So we're going to move on to this bad boy. It looks like a very calm workout, it kind of is. I'll be transparent, it's kind of, there's only so much a bicep can do, you know. Without doing your big body part first, where you do multiple joint movements like rows and squats and deadlifts, this is all very accurate training, so it's more just about being precise. And obviously what you don't want to do is overstrain the muscle because it's only small, so you're best off just taking it through full range of motion with a good amount of weight and a good amount of control and tempo. It's just about being precise and not being too aggressive with it. So they're feeling good. They're feeling good. So we're going to move on again. I'm only going to move to the next machine along. So we've got another slight different angle again. So now we're going to move to a regular preacher curl. This body master's one next to us, and just keep working the biceps really. That's a really good machine. Everything I've used so far, this Body Masters, has been fantastic. So, any gym owners out there that are wondering what iconic bits of kit, dated bits of kit seems to be still really good, I would suggest these Body Masters. I used the hack squat in here the other day and it was bloody blinding. So, this is great. The way that it's got these kind of like elbow pads here to stop you from flaring the elbows out, keep it really on the bicep. It's great. My biceps are on fire right now. Like, that wasn't heavy, but I'm not really trying to break down my biceps too much right now. I'm just trying to train them. So, we'll do another one on there. I think what I'm going to do now, though, I'm going to do like a muscle round. So a muscle round is when you basically cluster together a few sets. So I'll do like 4 or so reps. Then I'll leave it in a stretch position for like 10 seconds and go again. But I'll do that like 4x4, so one extended set. So it's just an intensifier, but it's a little bit more metabolic work, a little bit more for like a sarcoplasmic response rather than just pure load. They're good to throw in kind of later in the sessions when strength is starting to fade, which has faded pretty fast today because obviously we're training biceps directly, which is never going to be super strong. Not if you're accurate. So we do 4x4. But the 2 movements I've done so far have forced my wrists to be quite pronated. So to mix it up, I thought let's just invert them slightly, just so I hit a little bit of a different area on my bicep. I feel the outside of my bicep a bit more if my wrist is facing in. So the other 2 were hitting like my inner bicep. Now I'm trying to hit my outer bicep a bit. Both are great, but obviously 2 versus 1. Through the workout, you want to kind of have a variety of grips. I'll finish my workout normally with a hammer grip as well, so that you get the brachialis. So yeah, it's just about being conscious of what parts of the bicep you're trying to place the most emphasis on, and taking it through those different planes of motion. Obviously, there's only so much you can do with the elbow, that's just bending, but your grip can dictate, especially where you're hitting on the bicep. So that's why I'm holding this with a more of a narrow grip. We're going to do a preacher curl. So you can use this two ways. You can either face over and have it vertical, which is going to be a spider curl, or you can go angled, which is going to be a preacher curl. Both very, very good. We're going to go for this one. So I'm going to face the mirror and I'm going to go for a medium grip this time. I like to do these later in the workout because then, like I said, a little bit of body English. As you said this on, what movement did I say this on yesterday? I can't remember what we trained yesterday. But the same principle. All the strict stuff at the beginning. And then it was triceps I was training. So I actually used this yesterday to do triceps overhead after doing the fixed machine. And I allowed myself to swing a little bit because what I'm doing is, the swing is a way when you train on your own to get a couple of cheat reps, which you can't get if no one's spotting you. So that's basically me spotting myself by using my body's leverages. If you notice that, obviously when I fail here, all I do is I shorten the angle, and then I can move back there again and make the load heavier again. So just being smart, making conscious decisions to try and take the muscle as close to failure as possible. But even if you're at a disadvantage, you haven't got to change. One more exercise to do on biceps, which is going to be for the outer head. So that's when I like to hit hammer curl. So we'll go over to the dumbbell rack and we'll hit a couple of sets of hammer curl. But first, I do need to go for a British wheel, and I'll be right back. So this is more upper abs and intercostals. And then what I do is normally a leg raise, which hits more lower ab, TVA. So if you do the two together, you're kind of not missing a beat. And I do these every training day. Woo, 3 on there. You can move on. Just before I finish up and I start doing abs, Milky gets the out of order sign for me. He puts it on one of the stairs, just so I've got one reserved for my 15 minutes cardio. So he's the gym's been looking after me massively, and couldn't ask for more understanding people. So that's just a massive thing. So these gestures that go a long way. Means a lot. Means a lot. That probably hits my abs more than the hanging leg raise. But now I'm going to do hanging leg raise as well. Very cool. Courtesy of you actually allowed me to take this hat, so thank you so much. Reps, because that previous movement actually hit exactly what I wanted to hit, and probably even more than what I anticipated, so it was actually really good. There's no harm in doing a bit more abs. Never too good abs. Tilt the hips, get the knees up. So it doesn't matter if you haven't got fully extended legs. If you start to get tired, you can just drive the knees up. So now, I'll go over to the stepper. I'll do 15 minutes on the stairs to finish up. And then that's it. It's our session done. Don't know what the next session is, but we will be filming it, no doubt. Get a check-up from my coach later, and he'll let me know what we're doing. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. Like I say, starting to ease off a little bit of the training now, hence why it looks a little bit different than previous sessions. Not to say there won't be any hard sets from now to the Olympia, because there will. But obviously, what can you do on biceps? Like, I'm not going to stand there doing barbell curls and throw up 150 pounds for the sake of a video. Transparency, you know. Show you what we're actually doing. So I just want to say thank you again, and I'm going to remind you one more time to sub to the channel. Remember, guys, keep up with all our socials. So obviously Instagram, YouTube, the website. Get involved. If you want to be a tier operator, get involved. I've got plenty of friends that are doing that stuff. So if you want to be involved with Redcon, you've got to make it a step and get involved. I'd love to have you on the team as well, obviously, as one of the athletes. I'd enjoy to extend the family and share the goodwill. So from us at Redcon Gym for today, peace and love, and I'll catch you very soon.